It's all right, I've been admiring and enjoying and laughing at your work for quite some time. I've been enjoying
thanks very much.
8 out of 10 Cats, all these other shows. Before we get to that, though, in the clip we showed you talking about Manchester City football team. And you're a fan of this team.
That's me, yeah.
Well, I'm not a big football fan.
Get away.
I'm still confused. Manchester United, Manchester City, they're different teams, is that right?
No, actually, what we do is we share silverware. So everything they've won, we've won by proxy.
But Manchester United, they're the popular ones, aren't they?
They're the big ones, yeah. They're the big. There's a few in there, of course. They're like rats. You only live 3 metres away from a United fan. That's all right. Don't worry about it. They're everywhere.
But Man City, is that the one that, like, proper Mancunians would support? Is that more like that?
Well, I think it's one of those things that we, like, as a Manchester City fan, it's one of the things that we, over the years, we've gone, yeah, there's no United fans in Manchester. But there's bloody loads of them.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be quite empty when they played at the weekend,
exactly,
wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, but, you know, it's a friendly rivalry, I think, generally.
OK. And do you play football yourself? Are you a football player as well as a supporter?
I try to. I'm more on the, you know, the Pro Evolution football on the old, on the PlayStation.
That doesn't really count, does it?
Does it not? Because sometimes I move my legs.
I play Call of Duty. I don't consider myself a soldier. You know, it's not the same thing.
Well, that's just because you lack ambition, you see. That's me. No, I do play that. I play Football Manager. Yeah. That's me. I'm more of a thinking man.
Cerebral.
Yeah. And my wife hates it, of course. Like, I'll be in bed sometimes, I get the laptop out while she's asleep, have a little game, click, 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 and she'll wake up. What are you doing? Just looking at a bit of porn. Because she hates it so much.
She'd rather that than the game.
I think so. Yeah. No, it's an amazingly realistic game that I got to... It's so realistic that I got to... I mean, I probably shouldn't wear a suit. I've probably gone into too much detail, like, trying to stencil my initials into my chest. Like. But I did a charity gig at Manchester City, and I got to meet all the players. And I met Richard Dunn and Robinho and Alano, all these players. And I met Micah Richards, who's a defender. And I was a little bit off with him, a little bit rude. And my dad was with me, and on the way home he says, "You're a bit rude to Micah Richards there." I said, "Yeah, I don't know why." And it was only the next day I realised, on Football Manager, he turned up late for training a couple of times. So when I met him, I was like, "All right, turn up when you want, will you, my friend? Not on my watch."
You had your manager's hat on rather than just your I'm helping you out hat on. You look like you have lost a bit of weight, though, right? Because on the show...
I'm trying to, yeah.
How much have you lost, do you think?
I've lost 2 stone.
Wow, well, congratulations.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I think that's quite hard work. Diet or working out or what?
Yeah, a bit of working out and just sort of dieting. I mean, I don't want to get too vulgar, but the point when I realised I needed to lose weight was I was with my wife and, you know, we were getting amorous and she moved to a different level, you know, when I was still up here. You know what I'm saying? She was...
I've got a rough idea, yeah.
OK, yeah. She was looking for a contact lens. I wasn't helping, right?
Okay.
And... you know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, this is the point I realised, because...
Hang on a second. How long have you guys been... You're married. How long have you been married for?
Just over a year.
OK, I'll make the most of it, because that won't last, OK?
But I realised, because I looked down to see how it was going, and...
in case you needed any help.
No, because it's nice to see.
Yeah, it's nice to feel involved.
Yeah, and I looked down, and I couldn't see. Couldn't see a thing. My stomach was in the way. So I put some mirrors up at first, but then I thought, no, let's just lose some weight.
Well, that's what a beautiful and romantic story that is. The comedy is going terrifically well for you, because, as I said, I mentioned 8 out of 10 Cats. I love that show. You're on it every week now. Yeah. Is it part of the team? Do you feel... Because you joined them, you weren't in from the very beginning, were you?
No, Dave Spikey did it for a couple of years.
And you've come in and taken over from him, and now... is Jimmy nice to you? Is Sean nice to you? Do you feel...
They are now, yeah. I mean, they were at first. They were really nice.
Friendly guys, yeah.
And Jimmy's a lovely bloke. He's a really friendly. And Sean is very professional. And, you know, and I thought, I really want to be his mate. You know, when you just meet somebody, you just think, I want to be his mate.
And you admired him, I guess.
Yeah, and because he's been doing it longer than, you know, than I have by a long stretch. So I just really want to be his friend. And you know, it's hard to get in there sometimes and every so often you try and say something funny and he just stares at you a little bit. And this, you know, 3 series of, you know, getting on, but just on a certain level, you know. And then after the last series finished, he came over to me at the rap party, and he says, "Oh, I've really enjoyed working with you." And he gave me a hug, right? And I had a little cry. I had a little tear in my eye. I felt like an abused cat. You know, like he's never had any love, and then all of a sudden it gets some. I thought, what do I do? Do I lick his face or scratch his eyes out? I don't know what to do. I didn't do either. They're both wrong.
Jason is you're currently on your first... This is your first... I know you've toured before.
Yeah,
it's your first solo tour.
Yeah, this is the first tour by myself.
So the responsibility is all on you, and it's a long tour. How long is it?
Started last September, and it goes on till April.
So it's a long as it's about 8 months.
That's right. There's a bit of a gap, and then we pick up again in the autumn. We're filming a DVD for Christmas. And
how does that feel? What's it like? It must be being on the road for that length of time. I guess when you're near home, you can pop home for overnights, but the rest of the time you're away from home. You're hotels and that.
Hotels and stuff. Like? Really, it's all all right. I mean, sometimes I've had to ring forward, time to take the minibar out. Just take the minibar out because I know I'll be tucking in.
You'll eat everything, all the sweeties. You'll go through.
Yeah, everything. Oh, nuts! Just eating everything. So in the end, I thought, right, let's sort that out. And you know, I miss my wife obviously because I'm away quite a lot. Until I get home, I don't know if you have that thing sometimes where I do miss her because I love her, but I think I sort of love the thought of her more than I love her. I don't know. Does that sound harsh? I don't mean to.
That will also apply to your children when you have some as well. Does it differ, the audience up and down the country? I mean, do you get different kind of crowds? Do you get different kind of heckles? Do you get different kind of reception when you travel?
Yeah, I think so. Certainly, I don't swear an awful lot in my set, but suddenly when you start doing... Like, I'll do like a Q&A at the end, and all the questions will have swear words in. I go, hold on, have I not set a precedence here where we've not done a lot of swearing? And people start asking you mad stuff. Like, I was in York, and I had a short-sleeve shirt on, and this woman goes, do you think your arms are too long for your body? This is in a Q&A. Like, I'm supposed to be like, what's Jimmy Carr like? That's what I usually get.
Yeah.
Do you think your arms are too long for your body? And they're not. I measured myself that night. Fine. And another woman shouted out, maybe she thinks that's a long-sleeve shirt. Like that explained it.
So, it became quite a big thing.
Yeah, like that's the cuff and then that's just all wrist. So I do get some mad ones, yeah.
I'm thrilled that you're doing so well, though, because you're very funny. You're a very likeable guy as well. Now you've got this DVD coming out. What do you want to do? Do you want to get into movies? You want to stay doing this? You want to do TV? What are your dreams, Jason?
For me, I like just trundling on, but I do ring my agent up every few months and go, can you get me in a musical? I'd love to be in a musical.
Can you actually sing?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I was in Little Shop of Horrors at school, and
what part did you play?
Well, I was Mr. Mushnick because I was always old before my time, and I had a moustache. And then I was the understudy to Seymour, and that's what
you really wanted to be.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
So you like to sing? Can you dance? Do you do that on stage as well? Have you learned?
I'm not the best dancer in the world, but the John Sargent School of Dancing.
So seriously, this is something you really want to do? You want to be in music?
Well, I mean, my wife said to me after I first did 8 out of 10 Cats, she said, oh, I can't believe you're on the telly and everything. And I said, oh yeah. And she went, and you want to do a musical? You're only probably 6 months away from being in Chicago. And I said, what do you mean? And
she went, what they normally offer people. Yeah.
Well, that's what she said. She went, Michael Greco was in it the other week. I was like, so essentially what you're saying is I'm 6 months away from being Michael Greco. That's what you're saying. Brilliant.
Beppe.